Hello, and thank you for tuning in again to the Language of Frequency. My name is Darren Jolly. I am a recording arts student, and I have the privilege of interviewing Eric Kundell, who is a mixing and mastering engineer and works here at Full Sail University. Let's get right into it. First question. What do you see as the role of the visual arts in society today, particularly in your profession?
The visual arts side of things today has become huge because of not only how accessible the content is, but also how accessible the devices to play it back on the go are. Initially, I would say that engineers in the audio world were very seldomly heard from. The only way that you can find anything out about the way they worked was through reading articles of some sort, where now fans of the craft of engineering want to know who they're learning from in a more intimate manner, either by watching behind the scenes of the making of somebody's record or even watching formal tutorials. That's why I would say that today in my world it plays a huge importance to be able to comply with some sort of visual aspect of how people want to learn now.
New communications and media technologies make imagery almost instantly available. Do you believe that is having a positive or negative influence on your field/industry? And please provide an example.
With content on any level being so immediately available, it does bring a positive aspect to the industry where it brings fans and artists closer, and then they can have a more personable relationship with each other. But the negative aspects are stronger in the fact that the fan feels more deserving now that they have this personal relationship, therefore obligating the artist to be more like a friend than the artist that they are. And to go along with that, because the artist has become more accessible, fans lose touch with the idea that an artist has a job to do, and it could take a couple of years for the artist to actually create a great product again for the fans. Now, the negative impact that it has on my job is the added stress to move faster, but somehow still maintain quality standards to its fullest.
What popular images do you see that are frequently repeated throughout your industry?
I wouldn't say that I'm recognizing necessarily specific images that are becoming popular, but I will say that I've noticed a trend of sorts becoming popular, but it's purely out of necessity. Because content is so immediately available, the only way to truly surprise the end user at this point is by being completely over the top. And with that being said, we've lost the ability to indulge the end user by delivering messages as clearly and as simply as possible, giving them exactly what's needed to support the situation. Now, in order for them to be even remotely interested, it has to be decorated with overstimulus in order for them to even consider watching it or even listening to it.
Who is one of your favorite visual artists, and/or what is your favorite style of visual art?
My two favorite artists that are out there that have a visual aspect to what they do would be a gentleman by the name of Travis Smith, and he does a lot of really, really cool album artwork stuff and paintings. And I would say that the other favorite that I have right now is an artist by the name of Snowvon. And she is more of an all-encompassing artist, where she's firstly a musician, but she also does graphic design. She does all of her own music videos, and everything that goes along with them from a visual standpoint. So they both tend to have kind of a dark, kind of dreamlike appearance to a lot of their stuff. It's very vivid, very detailed, but they're both have their own unique approaches, so they're both great.
How has your knowledge of famous artworks influenced your creative process?
When it comes to my creative process, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm driven by knowledge, let alone famous art, as much as I'm maybe guided, is a better word, by any piece of art that speaks to me. The two people that I mentioned in our previous question definitely hold a lot of that. When I look at their stuff, I instantly get my own visuals, and then I think about how I can create something similar in the audio world. And if somebody were to put on a mix that was similar in texture to one of the pieces of art that maybe inspired me, they would definitely close their eyes and be able to get some sort of visual. And then if I were to maybe show them that painting, they'd be like, oh, I definitely catch a bit of that vibe in there. So that's basically how artwork influences my creative process.